I was minding my own business yesterday, and I saw that Abba and Preach made a video about Godfrey caught lacking. And I love Godfrey. I followed Godfrey. Godfrey 100% represent all that we stand for. But if he caught lacking, I want to see it. So I watched their video about Godfrey caught lacking, and it was about the Lion King situation, which went viral a couple of weeks ago, where the African guy came on the podcast and said, "Oh, the theme song or the intro song means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God." So apparently the composer, the writer, Lebo Moraki, went online and basically called him an idiot in saying that the guy that said, "Oh look, it's a lion, oh my God," he's doing it for his 1 second of fame.
I'm waking up to the reality that there's an idiot, Onik Nansingonyama, misleading the world. Try to engage him. There is the idea that being a comedian means you get away with everything. Engage this young man from Zimbabwe. I guess it's important to mention where he's from, just so it is clear that he's intentionally misusing the global platform of going viral, intentionally disrespectful and dismissing even my explanation to him of the context of Nansingonyama, which is a cultural heritage and royal statement we made for years in honoring and welcoming a king. I wrote, performed, and produced Nansingonyama.
What got me upset more about the situation is that Abba kept on yapping. And in my head, I'm like, yo, this can't be right. And why would you be yapping like this? Good thing Preach held his own. He's always more calm and collective. He actually thinks about what he's gonna say, and he did well. But Abba got me really upset. And oftentimes, you just go use your typing skills and just type some shit in the comment because you're upset. So I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna call out the African guy, I don't think we as people lied that much. And you gotta understand this, people. The meaning, your meaning, and concept is 3 different things. Your meaning, demeaning, and concept is 3 different things. Remember that going into this. You're gonna realize that Abba fucked up. And don't come for Godfrey like that unless you know what you're saying. And regarding Unc calling them an idiot, you're the idiot. You're the idiot. But no one is technically wrong in this situation. Your truth, my truth, is subjective. The truth is what stands. So let's get into it, people.
The comedian, my thing is this: if you from that culture, if you're being honest about that, and you just going around doing the ignorant take on your own culture for the sake of laughs, I think you're a bit of a clown and a sellout, because it's easy to do that. If you don't clear it up, that's what I think. I could certainly go around and talk about, Ethiopians and flies and all that stuff, and I could do the World Vision commercial jokes every day. But there's more to my culture than that. There's nuance that I can share with an audience that's good. And someone sitting there just doing the most ignorant take, should they be able to? Sure. I'm also going to think you're a bit of a clown. You know what I mean? You're just tap dancing. That's what I think.
This idiot so-called comedian has gone viral because it is easy in the world we live in for people to be sucked into distortions, misfacts, and untruths. So in a nutshell, this young man has gone viral and for some reason believes his entire career is going to live on the basis of him continuing this lie. This distortion. Nansingonyama in a nutshell. All hail the king. Bow in the presence of the royal family. It is a metaphor written by myself in Zulu and Xhosa, South African cultural and heritage, language and norms, and that's who I am. We inspired the world well over 30 years with this work because its profound meaning is understood by South Africans and is understood by anyone with common sense. But when an idiot mislead, especially the African American community, through the platform that he used, especially the world and the African diaspora, insulting and spitting on the heritage of African kings, African culture.
The reason why I'm side-eyeing chat is not even because it's a take, it's because it's coming from him. As somebody who's watched Godfrey for a long time and I like his stuff, Godfrey loses it on every ad possible when even other people are doing stuff. So for him to be like, I don't really care about having to do this kind of I think it's kind of bullshit. I get it when you get attacked. If I want to humanize you and I'm on my set of Flagrant, I want to humanize you. I understand. I think it's the natural human reaction that when you get attacked, you're going to be defensive, right? It's kind of like America bombing Iran. They threatened our president, we kill everybody. It's a defensive reaction, and it's understandable. And I'm just a comedian, guys. I'm not a reporter. You know what I mean? I'm just a comedian.
The powerful intro song start with the words that are sung in Zulu. And the lyrics, Nansi, Nans, Igonya, Babaitsi, Baba. It translates in English, because we're all English speaking. Most of us are all English speaking people here. It translates, here comes the lion, father. Oh, yes, it's a lion. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to reference back to what the guy said on the podcast. It's a lion. Oh, my God. It didn't say anything about, oh, my God, right here. But you get the meaning and what he's actually saying. So when Rafiki lift the baby lion, lift Simba on Pride Rock, the chant is actually announcing the arrival of a lion. It's like the land itself is being told the future king has been born. What Mr. Lebo Moraki basically saying, it means the future king has arrived. But when I say concept and meaning is two different things, that's his concept. That's how he wrote it in to the Lion King. That's what I'm saying. No one is really wrong in this situation. But the actual meaning of the words translated from Zulu to English actually means, here comes the lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. Here comes the lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. That's two totally different things. So I went ahead, other than being upset, I went ahead and I looked into it. And now you guys see that him calling the guy basically a liar and an idiot for saying this, you can't blame the guy, because it doesn't mean the future king has been born. It means, here comes the lion. Oh yes, it's a lion. But the concept is welcoming the future king. And it plays perfect into that moment on Pride Rock. For ABBA to be yapping that much without actually putting in research into this and calling out comedians and Godfrey allegedly joking about the situation, because I don't know what to believe now. The actual facts are there. I apologize that people now actually looked into the situation and knowing that the meaning of the words in English translated from Zulu is not what the composer is actually saying. That's your truth. That's your concept, but that's not the actual meaning. And we understand that. It's like when you have a tattoo and I said, "Oh, what's the meaning behind that tattoo?" For example, perfect example. I've got Enigma tattooed right here on my arm. Right? We all know the meaning of Enigma. Mysterious and all that stuff. But the reason why I got this tattoo Enigma tattooed on my arm is because I watched the movie with Benedict Cumberbatch. I think it's called The Imitation Game, where in World War I or II, I don't remember, so many wars, there was this German machine, and it was so hard to break. It was basically unbreakable. And I resonated with that movie. And the machine was called the Enigma. And that's why I put it on my arm. If you look at both concept and meaning, it could translate to something close enough. I'm mysterious and all that stuff. I feel like I'm unbreakable, and it makes sense. But before seeing that actual meaning, I put it on my arm because of the imitation game and that machine that was so unbreakable. That's why this tattoo is on my arm. So I don't know if you're following what I'm trying to say with the Lion King translation versus the actual meaning of the actual meaning of the words translated from Zulu. So to explain some more about the concept. The concept of that scene is simply it's a ceremony introducing Simba, the future king, to the kingdom. But the actual meaning, as I said, deeper than that. The whole scene represents something called the circle of life, which we all watched the movie. It's called the circle. That's let's move on. It's the idea that every living thing is connected in one big circle. The animals are born, they grow, they take their place in the world, and eventually they make way for the next generation. And as human, we do the same thing. Simba being lifted into the air symbolizes the beginning of his place in the circle, which we all got. And that's why all the animals showed up. So again, that's the concept of the whole thing, of the movie. And we can go into details as to what the movie represents and what the subliminal meaning behind it. Because some people say it's something about like some Shakespeare or something. Don't quote me on that. But most of it is fictional. Because lions can't talk. So you put your concept into into the movie. Here comes the future king. I understand that, but the actual meaning of the words, the actual meaning of the words, are not that. So, Abba, could you kindly just shut the fuck up, bro? I like you guys, but I'm calling you out. Just shut it up. That could have been a short. You should have made that into a short. But for you to be going on and on, trying to call out Godfrey, just don't, bro. Because technically, they weren't wrong. They weren't wrong at all. And for you, Mr. Lob Libo Morocco, I respect your work, but you should have took a deep breath and actually explain what I just explained and let the people know that what you're trying to say is just your concept. But you can't tell me what it actually means because the words mean that. In the movie, it means something else. In the movie scene, it means something else. But the guy went on the podcast and said what it actually means in English, not translated into movie. What it means in English. I don't know if you get that, Abba. What it means in the movie is different from what it meant in English. And that's what the guy said. And I know now from hearing that and doing my research that in English, it doesn't mean welcome the future king. It doesn't mean welcome the future king. It means here comes the lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. Abba and Preach are the one. No, Abba is the one that got caught lacking. Again, this is Culture and Coffee. Real topic, real talk. You're kicking it with your boy, Sherlock Galaxy. I'm out.